just an event. It is a celebration of ideas, collaboration, and innovation. And Q&I is a revolutionary education initiative by Thomson Digital, India's leading digital publishing solutions provider, founded by the promoters of India Today Group. Q&I is a conceptual breakthrough. It represents a paradigm shift in preparing students for competitive examinations from grades 8 to 12. Today, I'm here to ensure our discussions are meaningful, insightful, and flow seamlessly. Together, we'll explore how technology is transforming education to help students achieve their fullest potential. Thank you all for joining us, and we look forward to an engaging session. We are thrilled to have such a distinguished group of education leaders, innovators, and decision makers gathered here this evening. As we embark on this exciting journey, let us take a moment to acknowledge the incredible contributions you have made to the field of education. Your dedication, passion, and commitment to nurturing young minds and shaping the future are truly inspiring. Once again, a warm welcome to you all. We have a packed agenda this evening, featuring an engaging panel discussion, interactive session, and thought-provoking presentation. We hope these sessions will spark new ideas and inspire you to take your initiatives to greater heights. Before I dive into the first segment of this evening, a short announcement. This entire event is being live streamed on YouTube. You all must have received the link. We request you all to kindly share it with your friends and family so that they can watch you at the comfort of their homes. The first segment for this evening is a panel discussion. And the topic for the discussion is the future of personalized learning, how technology is changing the classrooms. And we have a distinguished panelists, eminent speakers for this discussion. Let me introduce our panel discussion speakers for this evening. May I please invite Mr. Sandeep Nathani, Principal, Mount Litra Z School. Welcome, sir. Mr. Pankaj Bhalla, Manager, Little Scholars School. Welcome, sir. Ms. Chitra Sharma, Principal, Crimson World School. Welcome, ma'am. Ms. Ranjana Shahi, Principal, Delhi Public School. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to today's exciting panel discussion. The topic is, I would like to reiterate, the future of personalized learning, how technology is changing the classroom. And we're thrilled to have such an esteemed panel of educators, thought leaders, and experts in the field of education joining us to explore how personalized learning, powered by technology, is reshaping the way we educate our students. Today's discussion will explore how technology, especially data-driven technology, is reshaping education to be more adaptive, impactful, and engaging. We'll delve into key topics to gain insights into the future of personalized learning and where do we see it going in the next 5 to 10 years. And what is going to be its transformative effects on students, teachers, and educational institutions. Our goal is to understand how these advancements can address diverse learning needs and elevate teaching strategies to create a more efficient and supportive educational environment. Welcome, esteemed panelists. Before we start, let's quickly go over a few friendly guidelines to keep our session engaging and impactful. The entire discussion will last 30 to 35 minutes. Short and sweet makes a panel complete. Let's keep it brief and brilliant. We want to respect the clock. We want to ensure we end the session on time. We've got some fascinating questions lined up, and we can't wait to hear your thoughts. Let's focus on addressing the questions at hand and keep the conversation crisp, clear, and relevant. Let's begin. Well, we've been talking about personalized learning for a very long time, and technology has been reshaping every aspect of our lives. Now, we want to understand how technology-driven personalized learning is going to impact the classrooms of today and tomorrow. Starting the discussion, my first questions for Ranjana ma'am. So, ma'am, firstly, why do you think personalized learning is important? Number one. Second, how do you envision personalized learning complementing and strengthening teaching methods over the next 5 to 10 years? What does it look like for our classrooms?
Hello. Yeah. A very good evening to everybody. A pleasure to have you all here and sharing the room with you. It's a great honor. Uh, Answering your question, personalized learning, if I talk about, uh, that is something which has been going on in the classrooms. Uh, when I talk about personalized learning, I'm talking about catering to every child's individual needs. And we are working on it as teachers, as educators, we've been doing it. When we talk about technology being incorporated in it, so if you talk again, if I look at it, it is already being done. Because I think when I started my career as an educator, we were using PowerPoint as teaching methodologies, we were using them as aids. And then slowly we had videos being taken up. So that's all technology in a way. And coming to that, if I talk about the latest and what is going to happen in the next 5 or 10 years, so VR is something which is making a great impact. Gamification, when you talk about educational games and all, that is something which is again technology driven, and that is something which is really engaging the students. Because we're talking about student engagement, we're talking about motivating them, and somehow it adds up to a personalized learning because the child is doing something which he or she enjoys. So when I'm focusing on personalized learning from an educator's point of view, I'm talking about not losing the interpersonal touch. As teachers, we cannot be away from it. So we are doing it. If I talk about my own school, teachers make individual plans for the students because we are looking at where all they are, not doing what they're supposed to be doing. The impact has to be more. So we make individual plans. Same way, technology is an add-on. I feel what we are talking about in the coming 5 to 10 years, when technology will be part of it, definitely the data part, the customization of lesson plans, or sometimes when the teacher might not be able to get the kind of data required to make a tailored plan for the child, could be done with the help of technology, which presently the teachers are doing. But the restrictions are there, the work, the kind of work they are doing and all. So I feel, yes, technology in the coming 5 to 10 years, where required, where human angle could be lessened, and where the technology helps us out, definitely yes, I would go for it. And it is going to be the norm very soon. But also introducing something where the children gets engaged, because we have to make them learn. And we have to make them learn through what they will be able to learn. If games is what they understand, so somehow we will have to get the games into the picture. If visual is what they understand, we will have to get it, because then only the child is going to learn. So that's my take on it. Thank you so much.
So thank you, Ms. Shai, for sharing that. We've established that personalized learning has to be a very key component in our classrooms of today, especially because every learner has different needs, different requirements. And while there are strides being made, there are lots of things that we can do to ensure that our classrooms are truly personalized. Taking on the same thought, if I may ask Sandeep sir, on ground, what efforts are schools currently making to ensure that personalized learning has entered our classrooms? And how can we embrace these efforts more widely so that they are scalable and reach out to more and more students on this planet? Your question, sir. It's at the bottom.
Hello. Sorry. Yeah. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. At the outset, I would like to thank Q&I for bringing us all together, and it's really a wonderful experience to be amidst a galaxy of intellectuals, and especially the who's who, of Haldwani when we talk of education. So thank you. And coming to your question, what I feel is like, long time back I read, there is something which is very close to my heart, and a quote by John Dewey. Quote, if we continue to teach our students today the way we taught them yesterday, we rob them of tomorrow, unquote. So having said that, it has been imperative for all of us to, redefine everything. We need to relook at what was there and what is now there, and we need to restructure. So personally, I feel that there are 5 important points which are exceedingly important if we actually want to bring about that transformation, what we are all talking about related to personalized learning. So in no particular order, because this can vary from school to school depending on their individual needs. So one is like, we have to kind of redefine the learning pathways. So as ma'am rightly said, we are all familiar with this concept, which was earlier VAK, V-A-K, and which is now V-A-R-K. So it's about, like every student has a different learning style, and it's a combination of 3 or say 4 styles, one of which definitely is visual, the other auditory, then kinesthetics, and then reading. So clubbing them all together, like it depends. So we have to kind of work on the teaching methodologies that we normally adopt in our classrooms, and we need to look at that. So that's one thing. The other thing is definitely when we want to know that learning is actually taking place, so we have to make our assessment systems more adaptive and flexible. So, like we all got introduced to the formative and summative system of assessment when CCE was introduced. That was way back in 2009, if I'm not wrong. So ever since, we've started taking all these things into consideration. The other definitely is about teacher support. Because teachers as mentors, as facilitators, it is exceedingly important that they have to play their roles well. And it's no more, the way earlier, we were teaching our students. So things have changed, and there has been a major transformation if we talk about that. So teachers need to upgrade their own teaching skills. And such sessions and more than these, all the workshops and all what we are having to kind of upgrade the teaching skills and redefine that, work with that redefined pedagogy, it's all about that. And definitely, as ma'am rightly said, integration of technology in classrooms. So, we started that many years back though. It's been close to 2 decades now. So, but it has yet not sunk. So that sinking is going to take some more time because that's where, infrastructure is involved and not every school can have access to that. But then I do feel that it's also very important and plays a pivotal role. Like if you may allow, we as students, when we were say in grade 7, 8, when we were taught about the structure of heart. So, our biology teacher would just tell us things the simple way that you clench your fist and whatever is the size of your fist, your heart is just as big. And then she would try to explain things, like about auricles and ventricles and all that. But that was either verbal or if drawn on the board, it was like 2-dimensional. Today, when you integrate and bring technology to the classrooms, it becomes so convenient for the students to actually understand. And it goes beyond. They can even understand what bicuspid valves are like, what tricuspid valves are like. So that's something, which makes a significant impact. And the visual stimuli, if we talk about it, it has a lasting impact on every child. Okay, so I guess that's pretty much important. And Mm, Also, we need to give some amount of autonomy to students. Like nowadays, of course, I know many, if not all, then many educators may not quite go with me with this idea. But then again, because as not everyone has the same learning style, so, like we have to adapt ourselves, like we as educators, like have to see to that. So if we make a good combination, a nice amalgamation, we'll brew out something nice out of it. And that is what I feel. And talking about our own school, like this year, we have come out with something like Litera Nova. And schools, the day is not far, like we'll be introducing a chatbot. Many students have started using ChatGPT and all. So it's become, that's the other side to it, the not so good side, because children today, when you get these questions and all, when you get the homework, you can easily type it on and you at snap of fingers, you get the answers and all. So that's not good, but we have to see to that and the plagiarism part and all that. So, that's a price that we pay for bringing in technology. But then let's look at the brighter side of it. So I guess it holds a lot of promise. So thank you.
Yeah, that's one. Thank you, Mr. Thari. Schools are like innovation laboratories, constantly imagining, reimagining, relearning, trying to come up with ways to blend tradition and technology to make learning truly student-centric for students. And thank you for sharing those examples. They enumerate how important it is for harmony to exist between teachers, technology, as well as parents, students, so that you can truly create a very enjoyable learning experience for our students. Extending the question further to Mr. Bhalla. So, your take on some successful personalized strategies that you've implemented at school, at ground level, and how can we ensure that we meet challenges in a way that they don't hinder our progress towards personalization? So what is your take on some of the successful personalized strategies that you've seen unfolding? And how can we, or what support or resources would you require to ensure that they can be expanded and scaled at a much wider level? Your question.
Thank you. Very a question to my heart. So if I could request everybody to just, they got a pen and paper in front of them. If you, because sir was more of a botany student, so he had his question differently. So I'm an engineering graphics teacher. And so if you could just take a pen and paper and just make a rectangle in front of you. Just make a rectangle. Whatever you have in front of you, if you would just make a rectangle on a piece of paper, it'll just take, I'll give you 10 seconds because we don't have much time. Okay, I think most of us are done and most of us understood the idea of a rectangle and how it is supposed to be made. So we've made a rectangle like this, okay? Is that right? Is that right? Almost everybody's done that. Has anybody done this? Has anybody done this? Where the rectangle is not parallel. Is not parallel to the edges. Excellent. So what I'd like to explain in this, what I wanted to come across, tell you was that we have come from a generation which was working on rote learning. We were learning for the mass production, mass understanding, and this is how we were supposed to do things. Unfortunately, or fortunately, now we've understood that AI is going to come in, that machine learning is coming in, and you are going to be moving out. Your student out there who you are training for JEE or NEET or maybe whatever might not have the job which she's actually looking forward to in the next 5 years. So there was a panel I was sitting in Hyderabad Public School and we were just discussing and they asked, how do you generate leaders from the classroom? And the question was put across to me just because I was a teacher from a particular school and my answer was that you allow the child to think. You will allow the child to explore. And to do that, the important thing is you have to let them go. You have to, before you start giving your lectures, you have to pause and allow them to think. So the first and foremost thing is to pause as teachers, and that is what we need our complete education system to think. What are you going to do? If you have already explained something, allow that child to respond. I don't think we have that time. We've never had that time because we always thought of curriculum, course khatam hua hai ki nahi, all these things. But you allow the child to pause, and that is the reason I think why NCERT and CBSE is also working towards a system where they have reduced the course and they said, okay, give yourself that time. Exactly, skill development. So, I mean, if that is the case, so I mean, the question was, how would you try and put that into your curriculum? How do you want to put that into your school? So, how about, I mean, then various other things which come to my mind, but I'll just put down one or two, and that was flexibility, which we just talked about, and personalized learning, fine. Why? Because we say every child is different. We have 2 siblings, and we know, most of us have 2 siblings at least, and we know that both the siblings are from the same stock, but they're totally different. Okay? And if I don't respond to them according to how their behavior is, how their feelings are, you can't. So I think the CBSE has also, and NCERT has worked on the national curriculum framework itself, right from foundation level, has said, start with emotional understanding. First, understand what the child wants. Give them the exposure to whatever you can. And by the time they come to the classes of 10 and 11 and 12, where they have to take up a course and they have to decide, at least you know that the child is STEM-based or not. And we are, because our society requires, is because they're next to each other, and the society says, "Mera beta to khali NEET karega, या JEE, मेरी बेटी जो है खाली JEE करे, वो NEET करेगी और मेरा बेटा जो है JEE करेगा ही करेगा." That's a stigma that's there in the mind. But is the child capable? So we might have to actually not only work with our curriculum, but we might have to work with our parent. We might have to work with our society. In fact, yesterday we were having a discussion, and their concept of teaching was for 6 hours, 15 minutes. I said, why are you restricting it to 6 hours, 15 minutes? That means whatever the child is learning in the school, when we say personalized, in the school the child is learning that, but when the child goes out, he's going to a society where he's going to be there. So that's where personalized learning comes in, and working with society. So how do you work on that? So when that is happening, because every parent wants their child to do something different. Every parent has a different requirement. किसी का बेटा या बेटी जो है, वो business संभालेगा, कोई बच्चा कुछ और करेगा, and every parent has their own requirement. So our curriculum has to be based on that requirement. Yes, now comes the idea of how do you handle so many different ventures at the same time. So that's where I think the digital platform comes in, and where you need assessments. You need assessments in a way so that the assessments can be done on a regular basis. And to get that regular basis, because you need to understand that, your parent needs to understand that, so that flexibility has to be there. Yes, they have to be customized. So I think what I saw out here, what you were presenting, was kind of bringing in a small fragment of what we want to do, because just a digital platform might not be the answer. There has to be a personalized approach to it. There has to be mentoring by parents or students or teachers or support panels who can, collaborative learning. So, and obviously we need individual lesson plans, student-centered learning, and also one more very important thing, where how we could actually do things where assessments can be done on an individual basis by project-based learning. When you have project-based learning, that means the child is working on a project which, first of all, our major issue is we give the question to the child. Okay? Like I just gave you a rectangle. Nobody asked me, why do you want a rectangle? Nobody asked me, why do you want that rectangle on that sheet? Nobody asked me. So the question was already placed to you. So when we have 120 or 2000 questions on matrices in maths, किसी ने ये नहीं पूछा, like we were just talking about it, कि वो जो 9 नंबर लिखे हुए थे, वो नंबर आए कहाँ से? वो 9 नंबर आए कहाँ से? So nobody asked कि वो question का question क्या था और चाहिए क्यों था, मुझे matrices use क्यों करना था? Sorry, I mix languages because I think it becomes a little more personalized. So I think I should leave it at that, that suppose you are doing integral calculus, the child is wondering कि यार मैं आज तो कर लूँगा लेकिन मैं बाद में मेरे को इसे use कहाँ करना है? कभी मैंने ज़िंदगी में use करना है कि नहीं करना है? I think the simplest thing is to explain to the child that there are only 4 things: plus, minus, multiplication and division. 4 चीजें हैं, बाकी सब चीजें उसी चीज को assist कर रही हैं. But how many of us go into that level to explain it? And how many of those children, when we talk about personalized teaching, how are you expressing it to the child? So obviously the learning pattern for the teacher would also be very important. How are they presenting it to the child? So I think I'll end it here. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Bhala. You made some excellent points. If I may summarize 3 major ones from the entire discussion. One is that the true power of technology doesn't just lie in its innovation, but also bringing out the true potential in every student. And how crucially important it is for teachers, educators, and parents to ensure that it is being delivered. There's a saying that says there are no bad students. And teachers have a huge responsibility, educators have a huge responsibility, ensuring that every learner's needs are met. You also mentioned something around how teachers feel overwhelmed and they constantly need to learn, relearn, unlearn, and how it is the same for our students. We don't just want them to learn topics, subjects, chapters. We want them to develop a lifelong learning for a love for learning. And that is how they truly master or excel in the world outside. Taking the aspect of teachers, we've discussed a lot about how education needs to be student-centric. We need to keep the students at the center of everything to ensure that they are truly excelling. A very important piece in the entire segment is also teachers as well as parents. So if I may extend a final question to Ms. Sharma. Ma'am, how can education technology firstly ease the teaching and learning load for students, parents, and educators? Secondly, how can we ensure that it enhances the teaching learning process as well? How can we leverage it in our classrooms for today? We all know that teaching is a labor of love and passion, but it can feel very overwhelming for our educators today. But there are solutions. So maybe please hear it from you.
Sure. Thank you and good evening. First of all, as educators, I would just like to start on a very positive note that technology in the hands of great teachers does not mean that the teachers will be replaced. But yes, if technology is rightly in hands of right teachers, it will be transformational, right? So just take 1 second and tell me what makes you happy when you are in the school. As principals, as teachers, as vice principals, as educators. What is that one thing which makes you happy when you are in school? Smile on student face, okay. May I hear it from somebody else? Passion, okay. Okay, behavior of students, definitely. Discipline. Energy level, curiosity. My dear teachers, where are they? None of us mentioned teachers. And who's going to teach them? How does it feel when it's happy teacher and a happy student? Automatically, these are the byproducts we just mentioned. If a teacher is unhappy, how many of us are able to sense it? Okay, let's hear it. How many of us are able to sense if the teacher is unhappy? And I'm sure none of us get very positive body language because we are behind everything. Yeah, if it's a day extended, it's because of someone. If yes, ma'am. Absolutely. And don't you think teachers and all of us have the right, all the right to grow? And who's helping us in this? My dear, our own CBSE. When they have given us the portal of Saras, Squaw, and of course your UDIs, OSs, aren't they telling us go technology? Aren't they telling us ed tech? Let's not forget the days when something was implemented and we used to fill it. Formative, let's remember. But now in one go we can do it. Even inspection can take place virtually. And I think virtual inspection is more challenging than physical. Yes or no? So I think teachers, of course, definitely. And in fact, there was a research. And please make a note. It was called, the topic of the research was call from the classrooms, voice from the classroom. And 75% of teachers said that they have health issues associated with stress levels. So it is mandate for us to ensure that teachers do understand digital citizenship. All of us have to understand. And to be digital citizen, we have to understand how technology works. When definitely all of us, I'm sure, when we have digital panels in our schools, when we have virtual labs in our school, now it is mandatory, right? If you have seen the latest, whatever is mentioned, like Sir rightly mentioned, the National Curriculum Framework, NEP 2020. And let me ask you one very important question. What is stress about all? Like, what is stress? Can you define stress? See, we are thinking. But if I have, yes, ma'am. Okay, and what about stress definition for a child? Ma'am, your kids are very nice then, I must say. Because these days, everything is stressful for them. Isn't it? Right? So isn't it our responsibility that we have certain digital libraries are there and all students, collaboration, everything is easily available. We just have to ensure that we make them understand, whether it's a teacher or a student, that this is how you can interconnect. It is so easy to collaborate these days. If you ask a child what is stress, homework नहीं किया, बहुत ज़्यादा homework था. Ma'am ने आँख दिखाया. I mean, this is what very normal cliches, but yes. Ma'am ने मुझे appreciate नहीं किया. Ma'am, we remember our days. We used to shiver. Coordinator or principal walk past. Now you walk past. Labor Department Zindabad. So to make them understand that it's not only, in physical, in virtual also, we have to give this digital citizenship responsibility to our teachers and our kids. They will be stress-free. And how? With, of course, training them and making them understand it is responsible for them also. They also need to grow. We need to grow, they need to grow. And automatically, and then our kids will grow. Otherwise, if they outsmart us, they have all the knowledge. They have more knowledge than us. That's what I'm saying. The technology is all about how we use it. We have both the sides of the coin. I have seen students who are on the phone, including me. Let's take any other example, but I think all of us are on Insta. Yes, of course we have to, because we have to understand the language of generation, this generation. Otherwise, building a connection with them is very difficult. And technology has made it much more easier. So what I do is, when I get time, I understand their language. What is the latest language they are going through? They will not say, this is bad. They'll say, ma'am, this is such a sus. Okay, hold on. Then you have to go through it. So it's better that we tell our teachers, Please, it's not at all bad. Technology is there to help us. Sir rightly said that we have to give them some independence. Where will they get it? These days, earlier it was not possible. Now Canada has, this country has stopped some kind of, I should not name it here, but yes, now it's very difficult for the students to go there. Right? So what helps them? It is all the virtual help. Colleges are seeking virtual verification of students. So all of us are aware that technology is here. It's running in our blood now. How did Q&A and these people got in touch with us? Through technology. And if I ask how many apps you all have? Innumerable. None of us can answer that. We need sometimes we do call students who are very good at photography, even skill subjects. It has those subjects, right? So what do? We call the student. We call so-and-so, can you just help us in this? We are not able to get this. Can you help us get it right? They do it. And trust me, students will enter the premises, any premises which is updated in technology. Very well, if you give them assessment, very, very elaborately they will write, we are not interested in class. The educator is not very interesting. So they are not telling personally they are not interesting. They are telling they don't know about ed tech. So it's about digital citizenship, which is very important, and all of us have all the access to it. Now it depends again how we train our teachers. How many of you have allowed phones in school, in corridors, in classes? In corridors, yes. So in our school also, only some teachers have access. Why? Because don't we expect them to give us a brief synopsis of activities done in class? Don't we expect them? What about our parents, our stakeholders? Ma'am, homework bhej dijiye. And then on the day of PTM, the same parents saying, ma'am, aapki wajah se mera bachcha sara time phone mein laga rehta hai. So it's actually not about individuals, it's about the entire ecosystem which has become high-tech, and I think it's high time that teachers should be trained appropriately so that they understand that students should not be able to outsmart them, and their digital panels are there to support them in all ways so that teachers also grow. They also become responsible, okay, this is how. Happy teachers, confident teachers, happy students. So thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing your insights, some great insights. And just to sum it up, technology can truly bring efficiency and balance in our classrooms, provided it's being used rightly, and being adaptive and being adopted widely by teachers today. So once again, thank you for sharing those thoughts. It has been a very inspiring panel. That was the last question for this evening. And I must commend our panelists for keeping it brief and brilliant. I also want to say thank you to our audience members for being so patient and for engaging in the discussions. Personalization truly has the power to transform our classrooms, and technology can help us do just that. It was great to hear some fresh perspectives, some great insights from our panelists this evening, and thank you for participating in the discussion. We hope some of these ideas will help you take your initiatives to greater heights. But before we conclude, as a token of our deep appreciation and gratitude to each of our panelist members for taking out the time and being with us this evening and sharing their insights, may I please request our Senior Vice President, Ms. Dharmesh Thakur, to kindly come up on the stage and present a token of our gratitude to each of the members.
When it comes to this, become a little bit strong.
Once again, thank you to our panelist members. And on behalf of everyone here at Q&I, we want to say we truly appreciate you joining us and sharing your thoughts. Now we're excited to move into a segment that speaks directly to the heart of innovation and progress in education. At Q&I, we believe in the power of personalization and the transformative impact of adaptive learning. Q&I is a bridge that connects students to their fullest potential, that creates an environment where every student can thrive. In a world where technology is reshaping every aspect of our lives, education cannot afford to stand behind. This presentation is an invitation to you all to imagine how we as educators can harness these advancements to make learning more engaging, more effective, and more meaningful for our students. I invite you all to not just listen, but to envision how this approach can transform classrooms, ignite curiosity, and truly empower students to take control of their learning journeys. Once again, a very good evening. Thank you for your patience and for listening to us so patiently. The next presentation is about Q&I. What is our story, our vision, our mission? Where do we come from? What is it that we're trying to build? And where are we trying to go? But before I start, may I just take a moment to introduce where we come from. So Q&I is a part of Thomson Digital, which is part of the larger India Today group. Thomson Digital has been around for 50 plus years, serving the global community with content and technology solutions. And we wanted to enter the Indian education market, especially the K-12 sector. So we put our thinking caps on, rolled up our sleeves, and started interacting with school leaders, parents, teachers, educators, students, to understand in which space can we make a difference. And we found our niche. We studied, we spoke, we surveyed to the entire community of educators, parents, and students. And one particular segment spoke to us. As soon as students come to 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, they start preparing for competitive examinations. And I don't need to tell you that there are thousands of solutions out there for these students. But we found that there's still a gap. Students still don't feel confident. They still don't feel that they can succeed, despite various programs being out there. So we wanted to understand what is the gap, where is the gap. And we understood that students currently have a very disconnected program. It is a very disconnected learning program that is not individual focused, that is not personalized. So, and the third major important thing is that it is very disconnected to the current schooling system. It runs parallel. We personally believe that a student is a very fundamental and an important, school is a very fundamental and an important institution in a student's life, and they should stay there. They need school to help them grow holistically, develop, and succeed in life. So we wanted to build a solution that didn't just offer students a way to be successful, but that also fits seamlessly into the current learning system. We didn't want to just have a learning program. We wanted to have something that fit into the entire ecosystem seamlessly. And what was the shining feature or the core philosophy that we followed? What we just discussed. Like you all, we truly believe that every student is unique, and the only way they can actualize their potential is once they have personalized learning and something that complements the current school system and does not run parallel. They have all that they need within the school, and with some support, they can thrive really well. So what is it that we wanted to build? We understood the challenges, we understood what is currently available, what's missing, and then we seamlessly stitched it into a program that would tackle all of these challenges for students today. And we built a learning program for schools and students that would blend seamlessly into the entire ecosystem. Now, how does that work? I'm just going to take a moment to talk about how personalization is at the core of our philosophy and how do we leverage it. But before I dive into it, I just reiterate why personalization is truly important and how it can be transformative. We're all familiar with 2 sigma problem from Benjamin Bloom's study. I'll elaborate on it a little. It was a study that spoke about how normal learning and personalized learning can impact students. So if I had to just sum it up in a line, if a particular student in a normal classroom setting or in a traditionally academic approach can perform at 50% of proficiency, with personalized learning, they can be in the top 2% of the class. It can help us take average students to above average levels, above average students to exceptional level. And that is the power of personalized learning. The current or maybe the traditional academic approach would go like this, where students would study a concept, they'd get a homework assigned, they'd go home, do the homework, come back, study another concept, get a homework assigned. This would continue for 2 to 3 weeks, and then they'd have a test. And then, let's say I scored 70%, someone scored 85, and someone scored 95. We all scored differently, and I lack that 30%, someone lacks that 5%, someone 15%, and then we move on to the advanced topic. But if I had to draw a parallel, just imagine if we were building a house, and we were laying the foundation, and we have just 2 weeks to lay the foundation, and we do some sort of job, and we've managed to build it, but it is only 70% ready. And then we go on and build the first floor and say, okay, this is 80% ready. Let's go build the 3rd floor. And this is somewhat 85% ready. But then the next day, the building collapses. And that is what the gap is in the traditional approach. We need to ensure that there is conceptual mastery, that the entire approach is data-driven. So we combine the best of human capacities in the form of teachers and an AI-driven platform that is personalized, leveraging technology to build a program that is very powerful and that complements and stands with schools in building the future of our students. So if I could just take you through this cycle and how we approach learning. Instead of handing a one-size-fits-all approach to every student, we first start with a diagnostic, a proficiency diagnostic assessment that's adaptive in nature. The purpose of doing that is to understand what is every student's current learning level. We had a detailed discussion in the panel discussion about how we need to know and understand every student's learning level. Only then can we give out differentiated instruction. We want our teachers to personalize learning, but we need to support them with different data points. We need to tell them what every student's learning level is. We need to take away the mundane tasks and empower them to deliver what they do best. Now, once we have understood a student's current learning level, we then move into delivering learning. And we do that in 2 different formats, on-site or hybrid. On-site format is where teachers are a part of your team, our expert teachers are a part of your team. And in hybrid mode, our expert teachers are available at HO, and they collaborate with the teachers within your classroom to deliver learning. We understand that today's world is highly collaborative, and in order to succeed, we need the collaborative spirit amongst everybody. And we want to leverage that in our learning program as well. The next thing that happens is giving out students adaptive assessments. So we don't wait for an entire chapter to be over, or maybe for students to first test themselves, understand their scores, and then move on to remedial actions. We want them to start taking assessments and make it a regular part of their cycle. And the one important feature that we've added here is adaptive assessments. Now the point is, we are 40, 50 people here. It would be wonderful if each one of us had our own assessments, something that adapted to our needs. If all of us are in the same classroom, our first question may be same, but our second question will differ based on how we respond or answer to it. Some may get it right, they'll move on to a higher level. Some may get it wrong, they'll move on to an easier level. And I'm very happy to share that our platform has 27 levels of difficulty, simply because we wanted to be granular in our approach and to ensure that movement from one level to other was gradual. Plus, we wanted to build on conceptual foundation. No matter what exam, what competitive exam students want to take, but we have to move towards a growth mindset and a conceptual foundational building mindset where we ensure that our students are mastering basics. Only then can we start layering one floor, second floor, third floor of solid foundation. The next thing that we wanted to give out was analytics and deep insights. Not just a simple understanding of your test your reports, your scores, or your percentages, but understanding where you went wrong. Your understanding of strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, hurdles. What are some of the topics you need support in? How are you managing time? What is your current pace? Which hours of the day you're most focused at? It's like having a Google map for your learning journey. You're told how far the destination is, what is your speed, what are the roadblocks ahead. You'll adjust your drive, drive accordingly, and that is what we wanted to do for students. So we didn't want them to go in any learning program without guidance. And that is why we built a very powerful AI-powered system that guides them every step of the way. It's like having a very smart, personalized AI mentor, along with mentors in school. And lastly, something very important. We all have our gaps, we all have our weaknesses, and we often have doubts. We also want students to be curious, to keep asking questions. But we wanted to change the way doubt resolution currently happens. Instead of having generic doubt-solving sessions, we wanted to create a homogeneous group of students that would go in need-based tutorials. Not all of us may have the same doubts, and putting all of us in the same class may waste a lot of time and not really give out the personalized individual focus that students need. And that is why we have need-based or on-demand, on-request tutorials for students where they can enter a homogeneous set of other students that are also there, solve their doubts one-on-one, and then move on. So this is an entire cycle. And at the heart of it all is our AI-powered platform that powers the entire cycle with a data-driven approach that it's like giving teachers as well as students their personalized AI tool that will help them in the teaching learning process. And this cycle keeps repeating till students have achieved what they want to achieve. To summarize, personalization happens to be at the core of what we do, the entire learning program. We ensure that students don't compromise on boards or competitive examination. We believe they can prepare for both without being disconnected and do really well. All they need is a different approach. We also ensure that they have an adaptive learning process, a program that fits and adapts the way they learn, that caters to their needs and requirements. Plus, they have guidance in terms of predictive analytics and accurate analytics so that they can move forward with ease and confidence. We want to replace students who fear learning, and we want to have love of learning amongst them. And we walk with students every step of the way. We help them with career guidance, counseling, every step of the way. It's like a 360-degree approach in collaboration with schools. And we believe this can truly empower students as well as our schools to help them be successful. Now, if I may dive a little deeper in the program or the offerings that we have. So we have foundational learning for class 8, 9, 10. Now, this focuses on building a very strong academic rigor among students so that they don't fear learning. And no matter what they take later on, their foundations are strong. We want them to excel in whatever field or competitive exam they take forward. And 11th and 12th is competitive exam focused. Currently we cater to JEE NEET because that's where we started. And we soon plan to have more exams on board. I'll talk about it in detail a little bit later on. And there are three models. In the first one, this is an on-site learning program where our teachers are a part of your extended system, and they will be within the school helping you deliver learning, and Q&I's platform is a part of that. Second is hybrid, which I spoke about, where our teachers are present at HO and they collaborate with teachers within school, within class. Third is, let's say you may not require teacher intervention at all. Then we also have our platform, which is, again, very intuitive, AI powered, which will help teachers as well as students. And you can take additional support in terms of recorded lectures if need be. So based on your requirements and your needs as a school and for your students, we have different offerings that can be customized based on what a school needs. So when we say we are personalized even for schools. Now, just to share a glimpse of what we've been able to achieve so far. We started working, researching and developing the program, the platform about 3 to 4 years ago, and we've been around for one academic year, and we're very happy to share the results. So we've been able to achieve 15% success rate in JEE NEET as compared to industry average of 4%. We've seen academically students improve their proficiency level by 30%. Plus schools are able to retain as well as help students do better in exams in their assessments. Now, apart from that, one thing that makes our hearts truly happy is not just these tangible outcomes, but also intangible outcomes. Our students often say that earlier we were scared of a certain subject, but we are no longer scared. It's like I get one-on-one support, and it makes me like coming to class, studying. I have clarity. I'm not confused any longer. Plus, they feel motivated, they feel confident, and they don't feel exam anxiety. And that is what we're trying to achieve throughout the learning program. Just to share what is it that so I've told you where we come from, what is it that we're trying to build, and where are we trying to go. So we're trying to reach out to 40 plus cities, 2,000 schools, and 2 lakh students so that every student in this country can be empowered and learn the way they learn best. Currently, we cater to JEE NEET, but we also plan to have CUET as well as CLAT because we believe there are lots of aspirants that sit for these examinations, and we want to be able to help them as well. We also plan to come up with NEET PG as well as multilingual content, which is NEP aligned, to ensure that we cater to every kind of learner. Now, this was just a glimpse of what Q&I's learning program is. In the interest of time, I could only take you through the overview in a very short span. But as the next step, our team would like to reach out to you and see how can we collaborate. We'd like to meet you in person and take time from you to take you through the entire learning program and show you how it is truly unique and how does it compare to other products and offerings. We know that you all must have a lot of questions in terms of how are we different, how are we unique, how can we collaborate, how do we implement the learning, how do we fit into your school, what are our teachers and experts like, how do we ensure that board and competitive exam curriculum is mapped and we deliver it in an effective manner, and what does the deliverable of the entire learning program look like, what is individual student graph a success story. And that is why we would like to meet you in person and take you through the entire story in much more detail. While I'm very happy to talk about this here, the forum won't do justice because there's so much we would like to talk to you about and take you through the entire program. So just to give you a glimpse of what a roadmap ahead would look like. The first thing that we do when we start working with schools is we take them through the entire learning program in much more detail with an in-person meeting and an entire platform walkthrough so that you can experience it yourself and see what is it that we're talking about. We also want to ensure that the teachers understand what's in it for them. What are the benefits? What are the solutions that we have that can help teachers as well? So we also do teacher orientations as well as parent and student orientations to help them understand how Q&I can benefit the entire ecosystem and fit seamlessly. I'm sure a lot of educators here are thinking, what is the quality of our learning? We also do one-on-one demo for students, as well as we can invite school leaders, we can invite you all to experience the demo virtually to see how is our learning truly differentiated. Post that, we would love to sit around a table and discuss and see how can we take this forward and collaborate, and how can we help you achieve your goals as well in collaboration. The next most important thing that a lot of school principals ask us, how are you going to implement it? What does the academic implementation look like? We have 10,000 things going on. We have a very different schedule from every school. And that is where we sit down one-on-one and understand how can we fit and integrate our program into your schedule as well. We are flexible and personalized for every stakeholder. And lastly, how can we partner or collaborate to help students and schools? We also help you in creating visibility amongst parents, students, as well as the entire education community with a lot of offline and online activities. It would be truly a co-branded initiative to ensure that we're able to derive maximum benefits for you in terms of creating visibility amongst different stakeholders. We will be your partner through it all. Now, here's a special offering for schools that are present here today. We don't want you to take us for our word. We would like to offer something that will truly help you experience how our platform is unique. We're offering a one-time free proficiency diagnostic assessments for the students of class 11th and 12th studying in science, PCMB, who've opted for those subjects. We can discuss how we can implement it, and this would be, of course, would come at no cost. And the entire diagnostic test is firstly personalized. It will give you an accurate diagnosis of a student's strengths and weaknesses, will help you understand where a student stands today. Plus, it is adaptive, based on 27 levels of difficulties. Unlike any other unlike any other proficiency diagnostic test. Apart from that, it is mapped to Bloom's taxonomy of AEC approach, so that you can truly understand how a student is tackling a question, what particular skill that they need to work on. And it also focuses on core learning and strategic skills, time management, conceptual clarity, complexity. It is a very detailed and a granular approach. It will help you understand where each student stands today, and it will give you predictive analytics and deep insights. And this is just with a diagnostic assessment, not the entire learning program. This is how it begins. So right outside this hall, my team members are available, and there's a desk out there where you can register your school and let us know a time slot that works best for you. We can send our team members and administer the proficiency diagnostic test for the students. So first, experience just this, and then let's get into a discussion. Let's get into a one-on-one meeting to understand how can this benefit you. So with that, I come to the end of this presentation. Thank you for listening to me. As the next steps, let me please introduce the team member who will be present in the city for the next couple of days, available to meet you in person, take you through the program, and register your interest for a proficiency diagnostic test. Sneha, please join me. This is Sneha. She's a part of our business team, and she will be in the city for the next 1 week, 10 days. And she will connect with you in the next networking break that we have to understand how can we meet you and when can we meet you. Thank you, Sneha. Once again, thank you so much for listening to us. We are very excited about how technology and personalized learning is going to truly transform classroom schools, and we're very excited to join hands because we believe that you all stand at the helm of affairs. It's institutions and school leaders like you all who can truly bring a change, and we want to be a part of that change with you. Once again, thank you so much. We'll now break for a short networking break. There are some refreshments and snacks outside. It's a great opportunity to connect with one another. Plus, my entire team is available. Please reach out to us if you have any questions. If you would like to ask anything, we're more than happy to answer. And we'll reconvene for the felicitation ceremony in 20 to 25 minutes. Thank you so much. Let's break for the networking break. Oh. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you.
But we're here to change that forever. Introducing Q&I, the assessment-led learning platform that brings the fun back into learning and gives you the tools to perform at your level best in JEE and NEET. But what exactly does assessment-led learning mean, and how can you use it to your advantage? To find out, let's dive into our platform. To begin with, visit www.qanditoday.com and click on Login. If you haven't already registered on our website, you can do so by filling this form. Now enter your registered mobile number and click on Get OTP. And well, you know this part already, don't you? So let's skip ahead. Once you've fully logged in, you'll see this page. Simply select your level of subject-wise proficiency before clicking on Continue. That will bring you to a personalized assessment, a diagnostic test that shows you your current level of readiness for the final exam. It also helps our unique assessment-led learning platform craft a personalized learning journey for you. To proceed, simply click on Attempt Now. Now read the instructions carefully and click on Take Test to start. On Q&I, testing is easy and seamless. To see how, let's take a closer look at the test panel. On the top, you'll see the section-wise number of questions. Under it, you'll find your question panel. This countdown bar shows the average time that other students take to respond to a question. You can skip a question by clicking on this arrow. Once you select the answer that you think is correct, you have 3 options. You can save your answer and move to the next question, save your answer and mark it for review, or simply mark it for review and come back later. These tools help you highlight those questions that you'd like to come back to. You'll be able to see which questions you've marked out in the summary panel. Over here, you can also see how much time you've got left to complete the test. From this panel, you can go back to any question by clicking its number. Once you've completed the test, click Submit Test. This will only submit the answers to those questions that you've saved or saved and marked for review. Let's now see how to review your test results. Over here, you can check your total score as well as the number of correct, incorrect, and unanswered questions. This panel helps you review your test results in detail so that you can see where you went wrong. You can hover your cursor over any topic to get more details. Once you make it to this screen, you've officially taken the first step in your Q&I journey. From here on, our unique adaptive engine will craft a dynamic learning journey that's tailored for you. And pretty soon, you'll begin to see the difference that Q&I makes to your prep. So, what's next? More on that in the next video, where we'll take you through Q&I's insightful and intuitive dashboard. Welcome to Q&I's unique dashboard, where you can get a smart and simple overview of your preparation journey. And at the center of it all is you. Because everything here is tailored to you and your needs. Let's now check out the dashboard in detail. So, how prepared are you for your exam? And what are your chances of success? Find out with Q&I's unique My Q Today score. This dynamic score is a reflection of all the hard work that you've been putting into your prep. With one look at your My Q Today score, you'll know whether your prep is moving in the right direction or not. All your activities on our platform go towards calculating your My Q Today score. Under this, you can check your overall performance in different subjects. With one look at this panel, you'll know which subjects you need to focus more on. So how can you ensure your success at JEE and NEET? To answer, getting started on Q&I. Preparing for competitive exams can be challenging. But we're here to change that forever. Introducing Q&I, the assessment-led learning platform that brings the fun back into learning and gives you the tools to perform at your level best in JEE and NEET. But what exactly does assessment-led learning mean, and how can you use it to your advantage? To find out, let's dive into our platform.
Just try the result. कैसा सर और कभी कुछ होगा प्लीज बताइएगा. ये भी ये
You can have garam garam jalebi. I'll have pastry.
Excuse me, ma'am. क्या हुआ? मनीषा को फोन कर
and for us also where the world is going. So in that way it can help both societies. Asha ma'am was Asha ma'am is okay. Ma'am, is the registration process there?
बार बार बोला था माना नहीं, हाँ माना नहीं, कुछ सोचते रह गए।
अमगुल कहाँ हूँ? अच्छा मैं कह रहा हूँ शायद हो गया ना। चल मैं हाँ हो गया। कोई नहीं मिल आ जाएगा तब तक हमारा ऑर्डर मिल जाएगा ठीक है दे दे कैसा
The assessment-led learning platform that brings the fun back into learning and gives you the tools to perform at your level best in JEE and NEET. But what exactly does assessment-led learning mean and how can you use it to your advantage? To find out, let's dive into our platform. To begin with, getting started on Q&I. Preparing for competitive exams can be challenging, but we're here to change that forever. Introducing Q&I, the assessment-led learning platform that brings the fun back into learning and gives you the tools to perform at your level best in JEE and NEET. But what exactly does assessment-led learning mean and how can you use it to your advantage? To find out, let's dive into our platform. To begin with, visit www.qanditoday.com and click on Login. If you haven't already registered on our website, you can do so by filling this form. Now enter your registered mobile number and click on Get OTP. And well, you know this part already, don't you? So let's skip ahead. Once you've fully logged in, you'll see this page. Getting started on Q&I. Preparing for competitive exams can be challenging, but we're here to change that forever. Introducing Q&I, the assessment-led learning platform that brings the fun back into learning and gives you the tools to perform at your level best in JEE and NEET. But what exactly does assessment-led learning mean and how can you use it to your advantage? To find out, let's dive into our platform. To begin with, visit www.qanditoday.com and click on Login. If you haven't already registered on our website, you can do so by filling this form. Now enter your registered mobile number and click on Get OTP. And well, you know this part already, don't you? So let's skip ahead. Once you've fully logged in, you'll see this page. Simply select your level of subject-wise proficiency before clicking on Continue. That will bring you to a personalized assessment, a diagnostic test that shows you your current level of readiness for the final exam. It also helps our unique assessment-led learning platform craft a personalized learning journey for you. To proceed, simply click on Attempt Now. Now read the instructions carefully and click on Take Test to start. On Q&I, testing is easy and seamless. To see how, let's take a closer look at the test panel. On the top, you'll see the section-wise number of questions. Under it, you'll find your question panel. This countdown bar shows the average time that other students take to respond to a question. You can skip a question by clicking on this arrow. Once you select the answer that you think is correct, you have 3 options. You can save your answer and move to the next question, save your answer and mark it for review, or simply mark it for review and come back later. These tools help you highlight those questions that you'd like to come back to. you'll be able to see which questions you've marked out in the summary panel. Over here, you can also see how much time you've got left to complete the test. From this panel, you can go back to any question by clicking its number. Once you've completed the test, click Submit Test. This will only submit the answers to those questions that you've saved or saved and marked for review. Let's now see how to review your test results. Over here, you can check your total score as well as the number of correct, incorrect, and unanswered questions. This panel helps you review your test results in detail so that you can see where you went wrong. You can hover your cursor over any topic to get more details. Once you make it to this screen, you've officially taken the first step in your Q&I journey. From here on, Getting started on Q&I. Preparing for competitive exams can be challenging, but we're here to change that forever. Introducing Q&I, the assessment-led learning platform that brings the fun back into learning and gives you the tools to perform at your level best in JEE and NEET. But what exactly does assessment-led learning mean, and how can you use it to your advantage? To find out, let's dive into our platform. To begin with, visit www.qanditoday.com and click on Login. If you haven't already registered on our website, you can do so by filling this form. Now enter your registered mobile number and click on Get OTP. And well, you know this part already, don't you? So let's skip ahead. Once you've fully logged in, you'll see this page. Simply select your level of subject-wise proficiency before clicking on Continue. That will bring you to a personalized assessment, a diagnostic test that shows you your current level of readiness for the final exam. It also helps our unique assessment-led learning platform craft a personalized learning journey for you. To proceed, simply click on Attempt Now. Now read the instructions carefully and click on Take Test to start. On Q&I, testing is easy and seamless. To see how, let's take a closer look at the test panel. On the top, you'll see the section-wise number of questions. Under it, you'll find your question panel. This countdown bar shows the average time that other students take to respond to a question. You can skip a question by clicking on this arrow. Once you select the answer that you think is correct, you have 3 options. You can save your answer and move to the next question, save your answer and mark it for review, or simply mark it for review and come back later. These tools help you highlight those questions that you'd like to come back to. You'll be able to see which questions you've marked out in the summary panel. Over here, you can also see how much time you've got left to complete the test. From this panel, you can go back to any question by clicking its number. Once you've completed the test, click Submit Test. This will only submit the answers to those questions that you've saved or saved and marked for review. Let's now see how to review your test results. Over here, you can check your total score as well as the number of correct, incorrect, and unanswered questions. This panel helps you review your test results in detail so that you can see where you went wrong. You can hover your cursor over any topic to get more details. Once you make it to this screen, you've officially taken the first step in your Q&I journey. From here on, our unique adaptive engine will craft a dynamic learning journey that's tailored for you. And pretty soon, you'll begin to see the difference that Q&I makes to your prep. So, what's next? More on that in the next video, where we'll take you through Q&I's insightful and intuitive dashboard. Welcome to Q&I's unique dashboard, where you can get a smart and simple overview of your preparation journey. And at the center of it all is you. Because everything here is tailored to you and your needs. Let's now check out the dashboard in detail. So, how prepared are you for your exam? And what are your chances of success? Find out with Q&I's unique My Q Today score. This dynamic score is a reflection of all the hard work that you've been putting into your prep. With one look at your My Q Today score, you'll know whether your prep is moving in the right direction or not. All your activities on our platform go towards calculating your My Q Today score. Under this, you can check your overall performance in different subjects. With one look at this panel, you'll know which subjects you need to focus more on. So how can you ensure your success at JEE and NEET? To answer this question, let's look at the My Task Center. Over here, you'll get customized daily and weekly tasks that help you bridge the gaps in your weaknesses, core learning skills, and strategic skills. To get started with a task, click on Practice. Do you also find yourself wasting time revising the same chapters again and again? What if there was a better, smarter way to go about your prep? That's where the MyQ matrix comes into the picture. Simply put, the MyQ matrix tells you what topics you're already good at and which ones you need to work on to increase your chances of success. The matrix lists out your strengths, opportunities, hurdles, and weaknesses. All this data is adaptive and curated specially for you by our AI algorithm. With consistent practice, you'll see most topics moving into your strength style. This is when you know you're getting better. To view which topics fall under a tile, simply click on it. Once you do, you can check the proficiency levels of each quadrant's topics. On Q&I, you can be in control of your prep by planning what to study and when to study. You can do this with the help of the weekly planner. With its help, you can make your own schedule and plan your success. To begin with, add chapters that you'd like to focus on. That will take you to this screen, where you can select how many practice tests you'd like to give per week and which chapters you'd like to focus on. After selecting the chapters, click on Add to Test. Now, click on Save Test. And you're done! You'll now see these chapter tests lined up on your dashboard. These serve as reminders, and you can take these tests whenever you'd like to as per your schedule. On Q&I, we believe in helping you make the most of every second that you spend on our platform. We achieve this with graphs like this one, which charts out your ideal progress versus your actual progress so that you know if your preparation journey is on track. Right next to your progress journey, you'll see your marks trend, which charts out your score with the top scores of your peers and the average marks scored by all the other users on Q&I. One look at this will tell you where you stand in comparison to other aspirants. With the help of this drop-down, you can select the different types of tests and see marks trends in each of them. Watch our next video for a quick walkthrough of our assessment section. Welcome to Q&I assessment section. Practice session and tests are central to your learning. And at Q&I, we have an unlimited bank of these. This is what we call assessment-led learning. To begin, click on the Assessments button on the left menu bar. This will take you to our unlimited bank of practice sessions and tests. Here you'll find adaptive practice sessions, which you can customize right down to the topic level. Unlimited full syllabus mock tests curated by teachers and industry experts. Live tests
To begin. So before we start with the felicitation ceremony, again, a small reminder, the entire event is being live streamed. Please do share it with your friends and family, especially now, so that they can watch you being felicitated. Dear school leaders, it is my absolute pleasure to move into a very special part of today's event, our awards segment. This movement is dedicated to honoring the individuals who have gone above and beyond in shaping the future of education. Today we celebrate the educators, leaders, and change makers who continuously strive for excellence. Today we celebrate you all. These awards are a testament to your extraordinary contributions, leadership, and a vision for a brighter future. But before we start with the ceremony, may I please take a moment to introduce you all to our Executive Director and CEO, Mr. Vinay Singh. Mr. Vinay Singh, who happens to be the Executive Director and CEO of Thomson Digital and Q&I. He has over 30 years of distinguished experience, and he has been a visionary leader in content communication technology, driving Thomson Digital's strategic growth across India, Mauritius, and the US. Under his leadership, the company has emerged as a key player in the global publishing industry, pioneering digital transformation and innovation. Mr. Singh's deep fascination with emerging technologies has fueled his commitment to driving innovation. His extensive background in scientific, technical, and medical content, along with K-12 space, now guide his focus toward advancing the EdTech landscape in India. Leading Q&I, he leverages Thomson Digital's rich legacy of 50+ years to create transformative learning solutions that enhance student experiences nationwide. Please join me in welcoming sir. Sir, thank you for joining us. May I please invite the team and sir to this stage. Sir, may I request you to kindly do the honors and present the awards to our school leaders? Thank you so much. Now, a moment you all have been waiting for. Let's begin, without much further ado. Our first awardee for this evening is Ms. Bhavna Bhano, Principal, RAN Public School. We have someone taking the award on ma'am's behalf. Congratulations, ma'am.
Getting started on Q&I. Preparing for competitive.
Congratulations to our next awardee for this evening, Ms. Chitra Sharma, Principal, Crimson World School. Congratulations, ma'am. Please put your hands together for Dr. Shikha Gautam, Principal Little Scholars. We have Mr. Bhala taking the award on her behalf. Congratulations to the whole team. Please put your hands together for Ms. Ranjana Shahi, Principal, Delhi Public School. Congratulations, ma'am. May I now invite Mr. Sandeep Nathani, Principal, Mount Litra Z School. Congratulations, sir. Heartiest congratulations to Mr. Amit Joshi, Principal, DAV Centenary Public School. Congratulations. May I now invite Mr. Akshat Jain, Managing Director, Jai Arihant International School. Congratulations, sir. Please put your hands together for Ms. Bhavna Bajeli, Principal, Deepthi Public Senior Secondary School. Congratulations, ma'am. Our next awardee for this evening is Mr. Daya Sagar Bisht, Chairman, Shemford School, Haldwani. Congratulations, ma'am. Please put your hands together for Dr. Abhishek Mittal, Director, PSN Senior Secondary School. Congratulations, sir. Please put your hands together for Mr. Gajendra Pal Singh, Principal, Arden Progressive School. Congratulations, sir. May I now invite Mr. J.P. Singh, Principal, Gurukul International School. Congratulations, sir. Here's to our next awardee for this evening, Mr. Jagdish Pant, Principal, the Sunbeam Senior Secondary School. May I now invite Ms. Kanika Bindra, Administrative Director, Naini Valley School. Congratulations to our next awardee, Ms. Lavi Sharma, Vice Principal, Swasthayan Senior Secondary School. Congratulations, ma'am. Please put your hands together for Ms. Mahima Bhatt, Principal, Herman Minor School. Congratulations, ma'am. May I now invite Ms. Mandeep Kaur, Principal, Woodlands Senior Secondary School. Congratulations, ma'am. Here's to our next awardee, Mr. Manoj Kumar Singh, Principal, St. Paul Senior Secondary School. Congratulations, sir. Our next awardee for this evening is Ms. Meena Bisht, Vice Principal, ABM Senior Secondary School. Please put your hands together for Ms. Mithali Erickson, Director Academics, Whitehall School. Congratulations, ma'am. Congratulations to Ms. Monica Goyal Mittal, Principal, PSN Senior Secondary School. Congratulations, ma'am. Please put your hands together for Mr. Mukesh Kumar Roy, Principal, Nalanda Residential School. Congratulations, sir. Please put your hands together for Mr. Pradeep Kumar Sabra, Principal, Shawnee Children's Academy. Congratulations, sir. May I now invite Mr. Rupak Pandey, Principal, Dikshant International School. Congratulations, ma'am. Congratulations to Mr. Sanjeev Stephen, Principal, Stonebridge International School. Congratulations, sir. Please put your hands together for Ms. Smita Matthew, Principal, Nirmala Convent Senior Secondary School. Please put your hands together for Mr. Triveni Chandra, Principal, Wisdom Senior Secondary School. Congratulations, sir. Our next awardee for this evening is Miss Usha Rajwal, Principal, Just Govind Public School. Congratulations, ma'am. together for Mr. V.B. Nainwal, Director, Gurukul International School. Congratulations, sir. The next awardee for this evening is Mr. Bhuvan Chandra Tripathi, Director Principal, Longview Public School. Congratulations, sir. Please put your hands together for Ms. Rashmi Anand, Principal, Bhartiyam International School. Congratulations, ma'am. Our next awardee for this evening, Ms. Neha Paul, Vice Principal, Sacred Heart Senior Secondary School. Congratulations, ma'am. Please put your hands together for Ms. Anandi Garya, Manager, BBVM Public School. Congratulations, ma'am. Our next awardee for this evening, Mr. Gokul Singh, Principal, ARP Senior Secondary School. Congratulations, sir. Please put your hands together for Mr. Rana Ranbir Singh, Founder Principal, 5th Centenary School. Congratulations, sir. Heartiest congratulations to Ms. Santosh Pandey, Principal, Shemford School. Congratulations, ma'am. awardee for this evening, Mr. Rishi Raj, Vice Principal, Rainbow Academy Senior Secondary School. Congratulations, sir. Heartiest congratulations to all. Sir, thank you for doing the honors. Ma'am, thank you so much. Once again, big congratulations. May I now invite you all for a group photograph on the stage. Let's capture this moment. Please join us on the stage. Let's take a group photograph and then conclude the ceremony. Please do come with your trophies. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us this evening. We wish you a safe journey back home. Good night. We had a wonderful time. We hope you did too. The photographs of the event will be shared with you tomorrow. Please do share it with your friends, family, your parents, students. And thank you for joining us at Q&I today in Haldwani. Have a safe journey back home. Thank you. Good night.